The Premier League is back.
A very long international break.
Yeah.
Tumerudi tena 2 weeks of waiting manze. We did the Premier League for 2 weeks. So the weekends are very longer than ever.
Tell me about it. It's been quite 2 weeks of boring Saturdays,
man, and Sundays.
And Sundays. So weekends without actually football is really boring. But anyway, we're back again, and we're basically here to talk about. We're going to talk about the game, the Arsenal versus, because this Saturday we are playing with
Leeds. Yeah, we have a game versus Leeds at home,
and it's at what time?
It's at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
East African time.
East African time.
Yes.
Then the second thing we also want to talk about, Arteta being nominated as the manager of the month
and winning it. Yeah.
And Saka also, winning player of the month, and Ramsdale as well,
save of the month. Yeah, man.
So man, tell me, Arteta winning the manager of the month. First of all, let's start with the stats. We played 4 games. Four games, 4 wins, 4 wins, and won all of them.
And 3 clean sheets.
3 clean sheets. So the first game we played was versus Aston Villa, and we're actually away.
Yeah, we were away. We had a very good comeback.
Actually, I remember when watching that game, I actually thought we were going to lose it, but it was one of the best games I think I've ever watched this season.
Yeah, man.
The first score was by Saka's on who scored the first one, because actually they were 2-0 ahead.
Yeah, they scored the first goal.
Yeah.
Through these kids. And I told you,
I don't remember his name, but anyway, they scored the first goal.
Then we equalized. They got the second goal with Coutinho. And then we equalized again in the second half around the 67th minute with Zinchenko.
And the first goal was by Saka.
The first goal
was Saka. Saka is the one who scored the first goal.
The first goal was not Saka. The first goal was by these English kids.
No, the first Arsenal goal.
Oh yeah, the first Arsenal goal was by Saka.
The first Arsenal goal.
Saka.
Then Zinchenko went ahead and then scored the second one.
Jorginho.
Hey man, that was the time that I knew this game we are definitely winning it.
Yeah, man.
Because when Jorginho made that shot, it was so interesting. At some point, I actually saw him hold his hand because he actually thought he went over the bar. And then he came back, he hit
Martinez, who was counting our players with Westy.
Yeah.
And went in.
And then they went in. And then the last minute, the counter-attack,
Martinelli, an empty net. Yeah.
Scored it. Those guys
from 2-1 behind.
Yeah.
And that was a great game.
That was a great game.
And for Bukayo winning this player of the month.
Yeah.
Bukayo has been having a hell of a season, man. Being 21 years old, winning the player of the month this month, and then coming off from an international break where he was shining. He
was doing very well.
He did very well. He got a goal and an assist in the last game of England, and he was man of the match, And then coming back to the league, he has won player of the month.
Yeah.
3 goals, 2 assists in 4 games.
Yeah.
So 5 GA in 4 games. For that kid.
The kid is doing well. The kid is doing very well. Then the second game we actually played
it was Bournemouth.
Oh man, this was one of the best games I think we've ever watched this season.
This season, I think it is the best game for me.
The best game is the best comeback actually in the history.
Personally, I would say
one of the best comebacks in the history.
Yeah.
So let's analyze this game. The game we played versus Bournemouth. So I remember, when we watched that game, I remember that's the time I actually knew that we're dropping points actually in this game.
Yeah.
But then I remember, it was so interesting when the whistle just went away. Within 2 minutes, within a minute, this guy scored.
Man, they had the second. That was the second fastest goal in the history of the Premier League. And then he also closed the game with the last shot of the game.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy, man. Some things just don't happen. It is written in the stars. It
was definitely going to happen.
With the first shot on target.
Yeah.
Under 2 minutes, they scored.
Yeah.
And then we fought for the whole game. They scored another goal in the second half, which was not a good goal to concede, coming from a corner.
Yeah.
And then Partey being bullied there by these Bournemouth guys.
So you were saying actually when we're playing versus Bournemouth, they scored the second goal.
Yeah, the second goal.
And at that time, I'm telling you, when they scored the second goal, man.
I felt like this is it. The game is over for us. Man.
It was so interesting because looking at this team, it's a team that was more like in the relegation zone. We actually
still in the relegation.
Still in the relegation. We actually thought it's going to be a walkover game. You know, those games.
Yeah, we came like we beat them in their home.
These guys gave us a hard time. These guys gave us a run for our money. Yeah. So like you say, they scored the second goal, but then Ben White actually went ahead, then equalized.
Pate equalized. Scored the first goal. Pate scored the first goal.
Pate scored the first goal,
assisted by Smith Rowe, who was a sub. You know,
right.
That was an Arteta masterclass for me. Bringing Smith Rowe on. You know, he assisted the goal with a header.
Yeah.
And then the second goal was scored by
Ben White.
Assisted by another substitute yet again, Reece Nelson.
And then that substitution of Reece Nelson, man, I think changed the whole game. When the kid came in, man, that kid just changed the whole game. I mean,
Martinelli was not in the game.
He was that time. I think he was only in the game actually. And you know, when you switch with Reece Nelson,
and then we saw a change.
I mean,
he came in with the hunger, man.
He was so. I remember he was so hungry, and there were several attempts actually to him you know, attempting to score. But then I remember, was it Odegaard who took the corner?
So it was Odegaard who took the corner.
Odegaard took the corner, go to Reece Nelson. I don't know what happened in between, but go to.
You know what happened is the corner. Odegaard hit the corner, and the central place near the goalkeeper was crowded. And then the goalkeeper punched the ball, but when he brought clear it.
He didn't clear it.
He cleared it to the feet of
Reece Nelson.
And Reece, you know, the left foot is right-footed. That is one of the sweetest kicks I've ever seen in football, man.
I remember Saliba celebrating.
So nicely.
I remember Saliba celebrating, and he didn't know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
Everyone into
the whole stadium went crazy,
and I think it was one of the best games actually. I think. And looking at that game actually, I think that's where actually Ramsdale had his save of the month.
The save of the month, yeah, also came from Ramsdale. You know, those people are going to score like a second goal in the first half. Yeah. It was not for Ramsdale's braveness. You know?
Definitely.
He was very brave. Yeah. He came out with his body and he took the ball to the face. And that was the save of the month. Kudos to Ramsdale for playing well this season for us. Yeah. Starting from the back, you know, he has been good. Yeah. And he deserves that. Yeah.
And then the third game was versus Fulham.
Versus Everton.
No, not Fulham. It was quite an easy game. You remember actually before Fulham, we were quite skeptical because these days when they came to Emirates, they really gave us a hard time.
And then they have a good record. They've had a very good record at home.
Yeah. So we thought actually going to their place, they're really going to give us a hard time, and actually, you know, we were quite tense and whatnot. But I mean, it turned out to be one of the most easiest game. I mean.
It was a walkover, man. We walked all over them. Yeah. It was like a training session for our boys. Yeah. And that was for me. I think such games when we walk over other teams, you get that confidence, that boost to go again and to believe in yourself. You know, especially when it is a very tough team like Fulham. Fulham has been very tough. Yeah, they've been very good. They are number 7 in the league, above even Chelsea. Yeah. Who made millions and millions on we spent millions on buying players. But then Fulham comes from relegation, doing pretty well, and then we go to their home and they walk over them. You know, that is the Arsenal everybody wants to see.
That's the Arsenal everybody wants to see. And then the last game of the month was versus Crystal Palace. And remember, when I go to this game, the mission was we have to revenge for Vieira.
Yeah, man, Arsenal legend.
Yeah, that was an Arsenal. I mean, how do you fire Vieira? I mean,
Vieira was doing good for what he was given for Crystal Palace.
Yeah. So it was quite unfortunate that, you know, he got fired. And I actually believe that if Vieira was to be in that game, I don't think
they could have got something.
They could have got something, and I don't think it would have been an easy game the way because actually that game was equally very easy.
Yeah, it was equally very easy because we dominated them the whole game until when they scored. But then after even scoring, we still dominated them. So.
I mean, kudos to Arteta, kudos to Bukayo Saka, kudos to Ramsdale. They definitely deserve it, you know. to be nominated and actually go ahead and also win.
winning, yes.
Yeah, so
And even those awards, you know, going to tomorrow's game, these awards means that they are
it's a
going
confidence
to
booster.
have the confidence to go again for another one in April.
Yeah,
Man.
so man, the race is on.
Tomorrow's game, is what we're going to talk about now.
Yeah, man. See you on the next one.
Come on, you bonus.